rotate my phone. Hey everyone, this is our first live class from our new studio space at City Fitness. We're doing a class with all of the trainers. You can't see them, but they're out there. Diana is going to begin the class and lead the introduction and Shavasana, and I'm gonna do a flow. So grab your mats, grab your props, blocks, anything you need, and we'll get started in just a minute.
Does anybody have any issues, anything that they have problems with, back, neck, shoulders, anything that we should stay away from? No? Everybody's good? Kind of do your own thing, you know? Ideally, seated is with your legs crossed if you can, but it's whatever a comfortable seat is and what looks like in your body, as long as you're nice and rooted onto the mat and you can feel your sit bones. So let's all just take a nice long deep inhale in through your nose. Hold it briefly at the top. Gently exhale out through the mouth. Go ahead and close your eyes. Allow your breath to start to deepen. Maybe do a count of 4 in through the nose, 4 out through the nose. And allow your body to start to relax and allow the mind to start to be present in this space and in this moment. Any kind of a to-do list that you have or any thoughts that are trying to creep in that you should be doing instead of this, try to let them pass on by and not attach to them. Just breathe and count the inhales and exhales to try to stay present and keep your mind from wandering away. Just breathe. Maybe think of a word or a phrase of a way that you would like to feel when you leave the mat, whether it's a little more centered, relaxed, maybe invite in some more patience for yourself and for others, especially in these times. Anything like that that you can think of. We call that an intention, and it's something that you place upon your heart and you check back in periodically throughout your practice to kind of solidify it in. And you take it off the mat with you when you leave. So just breathe and allow yourself to just be. Take 2 more nice, long, deep inhales in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And go ahead and gently open your eyes. And I'm going to be mirroring, so kind of listen more than watch. So on your next inhale, extend your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Really try to elongate through that side. And on your next exhale, drop that right hand down behind your back and place the left hand on the opposite knee and gently twist. Try to keep that spine nice and straight. Just breathe for a couple of breaths. And then maybe on your next exhale, you can twist a little bit deeper and gaze over that right shoulder. Just start to waken up that spine just a little bit. And on your next inhale, extend the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale and switch. So the left hand, the right hand is back behind. And breathe. Couple of breaths before on the bottom of the next exhale, see if you can twist a little more and gaze over that shoulder. Next inhale, extend the arms up. Drop the left hand down to the right side of your head and just using the weight, allow the weight to just gently stretch that neck, and then go ahead and float that right hand down to the mat. Now you can adjust the intensity of this stretch by either keeping that hand close or kind of just tapping your fingers out. The further out you go, you'll feel more of a stretch along from your ear all the way down to your fingertips. Just breathe. And trying to keep that spine straight, try to keep the neck straight. And you're not pulling, you're just using the weight of that hand. Very nice. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and switch. Again, adjusting for your level of intensity. If you want that hand close or if you want to reach it further out to get more of a stretch. Feel a nice long stretch along the outside of that neck all the way down to those fingertips. Inhale the arms up. Go ahead and exhale them down to your knees, and then just gently going from either side, just roll the neck forward and then back to the other side. Let's do that a couple of times. And whenever you're ready and it's available to you, go ahead and do a full circle. Using the breath for your movements. Moving gently, trying not to really go crazy on that neck. Just kind of waking everything up. Next exhale, release on your inhale and go the other way. Go ahead and come back center, and I'll release those legs. Go ahead and straighten them out. Shake them out a little bit. Let the blood flow back in. Adjust. So where you're nice and firmly rooted, inhale the arms up. You're going to hinge at the waist and kind of lean forward before you start to fold. And wherever those hands, when you start to feel that curve in that neck, wherever those hands land is where they land. They could be on your knees, they could be on your shins. If you can reach your toes, great. If you feel any pressure in the back of your knees, just invite in an ever so slight micro bend. Always want to protect those knees. And then once you're in position, go ahead and release that neck and breathe. You'll feel a nice deep stretch in that low back. You'll feel it in the hamstrings. So we're just going to take some nice deep breaths here to try to get those wakened up. When you're on your exhales, if your hamstrings and your low back are starting to loosen, see if you can sink just a little bit deeper. Don't try to force it. Allow the body to tell you what it can do and what it wants. Just keep breathing. Remember to count those inhales and exhales when that mind wants to try to wander away and focus on anything but being here.
your next inhale, place those hands on the mat and gently walk your hands so that your vertebrae slowly come up, and the head and shoulders are going to come up last. Roll those shoulders back. On your inhale, use your hand behind your right knee and bring that leg on in. Kind of cradle it just a little bit and then just move that hip around ever so slightly, just to create some movement in there. And then gently place that foot in the inside of that thigh. Adjust. Inhale the arms up. Exhale again, hinge at that waist and forward fold. Wherever those hands lay is where they go. Inviting that slight micro bend in that outstretched leg. Just try to relax the neck. I'm not quite sure what's going on. One song is loud, one song is not. I apologize. Just breathe and feel that leg slowly open up. Breaths. Gently place those hands on the mat, and on your inhale, walk yourself up ever so slowly. Head and shoulders are last. Exhale out the right and inhale in the left, cradling the opposite side. Gently moving that hip around. And then placing that foot in the inside of that thigh, adjusting, keeping that spine nice and straight. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge at that waist and forward fold. Again, check in with that knee, see if you need to invite in that micro bend, letting the hands fall where they may and releasing the neck. And breathe. If you can, try to imagine that you're sending the breath into that low back and that hamstring and inviting space to create in that area. I know it sounds weird. It takes practice. But do your best to just imagine it. Give the body permission. And always remember to accept the body for what it can give you in this moment. And try not to be judgmental of it. Just let it do what it can and be grateful that it does. Inhale, use those hands to gently walk yourself up. Head and shoulders are last. You're going to bring your legs around and come into a neutral spine tabletop. So you're going to have your hands about shoulder distance apart and your knees about hip distance apart. Just kind of keep the head neutral for right now and allow yourself to settle in. Exhale, allow that low back to drop and gently extend your gaze up to the ceiling, coming in what's called cow. And let's just hold this for a couple of breaths and you can feel the pressure release off of that low back. This is one of my favorite ones to do when I first wake up in the morning. Especially if you sit a lot, that low back just gets totally crunched. Inhale, tuck the chin to the chest, arch your upper back by pushing your hands into the mat, and then tucking your pelvis, coming into a cat. Allow the head to release. Exhale, drop that low back, extending through the arms, gaze towards the ceiling. We'll do one more. Inhaling into cat, arching through those hands, tucking that pelvis. Exhale, coming back into cow. And go ahead and bind yourself into a neutral spine tabletop. Curl your toes. You're going to push from your toes and extend your hips towards the ceiling, coming into our first down dog. Feel free to keep those knees generously bent. And what I like to have my students do is push forward into a plank so that your hands are directly beneath your shoulders, and then push back into your down dog. That removes the shoulders away from your ears and allows the shoulder blades to float. And in this position, keeping those knees generously bent, you can walk that dog out. So just bending one knee, bending the next, maybe holding here, and just allowing gravity to bring those heels a little closer to the mat. And you can also kind of just roll your hips side to side and just wake it all up. Remember to breathe, nice equal amounts of inhales and exhales. Go ahead and gently walk your feet towards your hands, again keeping those knees generously bent and allowing your chest to rest on the tops of your thighs. Releasing your head and grasping opposite elbows with your hands. You can shake your head yes, shake your head no. You can maybe sway side to side. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale, release those elbows, keeping the knees bent. You're going to inhale and extend the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Placing the hands together. If you'd like, you can maybe try a little bitty back bend here. Just gentle. Exhale, keeping the palms together and allowing the hands to stop at heart center. Keep your eyes closed for just a couple of breaths. Maybe check back into that word or phrase that you placed over your heart. Exhale and release the hands down to your sides. And we will let Kat take over. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to adjust the sound bar to make it not so loud. The volume on your phone. It turned it off the last time. So go ahead and keep going, and I'm going to switch off.
Sounds good. All right, so here we are in mountain pose, Tadasana. We're gonna come towards the front of our mats. Just adjust this a little bit. We always wanna make sure we have enough room to place our hands. So take about a footprint step back. Awesome. We're gonna go through some sun salutations. So sun salutations, starting on a scar A, is about 15 or so postures that you can kind of do in a rotation. You can add some things in the middle, but it's a really nice, easy thing to do in the mornings or at night because you don't have to like think about it once you kind of get the hang of it. You don't have to watch a video. I kind of sometimes, I mean, I'm glad everyone's watching, but sometimes it's nice to just kind of let your body work. So we're gonna go through a couple of these, open up the hips. So we're gonna start by inhaling, arms come all the way up. Nice deep breath. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. We're gonna hinge forward from the hips, reaching the fingertips nice and long. Forward fold, nice long flat back. Exhale, drop and round. Good, micro bend those knees if you need to. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. We're gonna drag the fingertips up just underneath the knees, and we're gonna press through the shins and just gaze forward over the front of our mat. Nice long flat back, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale, dropping down, nice deep breath. We're gonna step back into a plank position. So nice long legs, good. We wanna make sure that our chest is over our hands. We wanna make sure that we're gripping the mat, so kind of claw the mat, press the knuckles down into the ground. Good, coming down to the knees. Chaturanga Dandasana. We want to squeeze the chest through like we're leading with the chest. Chest comes down to the ground. Elbows are pointed to the back of the room. Good. Relax the shoulders, roll them back. Inhale, Cobra Bhujangasana. Down through your heart center, Anjali Mudra. Your first sun salutation of the day. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, nice and long. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding forward. Good. Stepping back into plank. So you can either come down to your knees, modification, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Again, bring that chest down, hover over the ground. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Nice, deep breath here. We're gonna lift up that left leg. We wanna try to keep the hips square, gripping through the hands, press the heel down. We're gonna invite that left leg. Good, we wanna squeeze those hips together. Nice deep breath. We're gonna drop the right hand down to the inside and open up. Gaze up towards that hand. We want to keep that line from the shoulders as open as we can. Good. Now squeezing those hips together, pulling the belly in. Come back into Anjaneyasana, lifting up both arms. Awesome. Good. Exhale. Get a little deeper. Good. Placing both hands down. We're going to lift the back toes, lift the back knee, and invite the left leg back into downward facing dog. I want you to come all the way up onto your tippy toes. Get those hips nice and high. Now imagine keeping those hips there and exhale the heels down. Now we're going to go through our flow modification, coming down to the knees. Nice and slow, rolling the body forward into plank. Good. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Cobra or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Nice deep breaths. So downward dog is an inversion because your heart, or your head is below your heart. So you did your first inversion of the day today. All right, we're gonna lift up that right leg nice and high. Exhale the heel down, and we're gonna bring that leg in between the hands. Help it out to get there if you need to. Give it a little scoot forward. Good, and make sure we've got that nice line. Good, drop the back toes and reach up, Anjaneyasana. We can even take the arms open a little bit here, like you're holding a really big beach ball. Make sure those hands are active. Good. Placing the left hand down and twisting open. Good, now squeezing those hips together, squeezing that belly in. Both arms come all the way up, Anjaneyasana. Good, hands come down around the right foot. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, and come back into down. Filing through, and just focus on the sound of your breath and picture your breath moving throughout your body. Good, now from here, nice and slow, just grab your fingertips onto the mat and activate those shoulders and just drag your fingertips back until you come into a seated position. Good. those shoulders. And we're gonna come back into downward facing dog. So start in that neutral tabletop position. Tuck those toes, lift the hips, exhale, press back. Good. Going through that flow again. The stronger we get that upper back, the less pressure on our wrists, rolling the body forward. Exhale, add an extra push-up before that chaturanga. Here we go. Chaturanga Dandasana. Good. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Now we're going to take the feet as wide as the mat here. And we're going to take a big step up to the hand with the right foot. And a big step up to the hand with the left foot. Good. We're going to exhale. We're going to sit that bum straight back and reach in between. Good. Try to keep those shoulders away. Beautiful. Shoulders away from the ears. Perfect. Good. Holding here. Use your breath. Don't forget to breathe. Good. Now we're going to press really strong into the feet to come all the way up. Invite in a little back bend. And hands come down to heart center. Good. Bring those feet in. Release the arms down. Tadasana or mountain pose. Nice deep breath. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, we're going to come into chair pose. So we're going to press back and reach forward. We want to make sure as we come down, we're gazing in between our hands. We want to make sure that we can look down and still see our toes. We want to be able to lift and spread those toes. Good. Now imagine elongating your thighs and pressing back. Good. Now we're going to take the hands, we're going to reach them behind us, opening up the chest, opening up the heart. Again, lift and spread those toes. Nice, deep breath, a little lower. Good. Reaching those arms back in front of us. Good. And now we exhale all the way forward, release forward, fold. And just take a minute shaking out the head. And you walk the hands over to the left. Get a little twist over to the right. Nice deep breath. So kind of relax the head. If this isn't a very comfortable position for you, you're holding on to something. So start at the crown of the head, release the forehead, relax the eyes, the jaw, get the tongue off the roof of the mouth. Just kind of roll those shoulders and shake that head. And just allow anything that no longer serves you, that you no longer need, to just fall out of the crown of the head. Good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding forward. Good. Bend the knees. Slowly rolling all the way up. Good. Just do a quick Warrior 2 sequence and then we'll, okay? So we're going to come into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So in Warrior 2, we're on train track. So we're going to start with our right foot forward and we're going to bring our left foot behind us. Wider than you think you want to be. The wider you are, the more stability you have. So our heel and our arch are in line, and we're going to bend that front knee. Again, making sure you can still see your toes, and you're going to face the mirrored wall. So in Virabhadrasana 2, our hips are nice and open, and we're going to reach the arms out. Now picture yourself like you're in between two panes of glass, okay? Exhale, drop the shoulders down, gaze over that front hand. Good. Pull your heel. We don't want to lean too much. Good. Perfect. Come up a little bit. Pull your back foot back. Right. Yeah. Good. Now we're staying here. We're going to be moving the upper body. So this is our stance here in Virabhadrasana 2. So we're going to come into side angle pose. We're going to drop that arm. Keep it active and up. Palms facing to the sky. And we're going to reach that arm to the shoulder. Good. We want to create a nice long line from the ankle to the hip to the shoulder to the fingertips. A nice little check here is bring that arm down to the side, okay? Now sweep it. There we go, perfect. Good, keeping the feet where they are. We're gonna come back into Warrior 2, press to the inner arch of the back foot, gazing forward. Good. We're gonna reverse that warrior. We're gonna drop that back hand. It can drop down to the leg or wrap around the body. We're gonna face the palm up to the sky and just reach up. Good. Exhale back, Warrior 2. Now we're going to straighten that front leg. Good. We're gonna pretend like someone's grabbing your fingertips and reaching them towards the front of the room. We're gonna hinge the body forward. We're gonna drop that hand down either to the shin or to the ground. Triangle pose. Keeping those shoulders nice and open. Try to gaze up to the fingertips. Good. Now, bend that front knee. Press through that foot. Press through the inner arch of the back foot. Back into warrior two, gazing over the front hand. Beautiful. Good. Straighten that front leg. And then we're going to windmill the hands down. Square the hips. Invite the right leg back to the left. Downward facing dog. Nice deep breath. Good work. Going through that flow. Rolling the body forward. Exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale. Cobra. And back into downward facing dog. Let's step or hop those feet in between the hands. If you feel like hopping, bend those knees to the mat. Take a nice hop. Forward fold. Good. Bend the knees and slowly rolling up. Nice deep breath. Opening up onto the other side. So, there's that hip we're talking about. Yes. So that's the other thing too, you know, every time you come to the mat, your body's gonna feel different. There's gonna be something different. Your mind's gonna be a different place. None of that really matters. Just accept where you are and roll with it. So, left foot in front, bend that knee, opening up. Good. Try to, good. If you look in the mirror, you shouldn't be able to see your other arm. So try to make sure it's kind of hidden. Good. Shoulders look awesome. Side angle pose, drop the left arm. Hand up, nice and active. Take that arm and sweep it up. Good. Drop the shoulder away from the ear. Good. Good, place that hand back down towards the hip so the palm is facing down on the side of the body. Drop the shoulder and sweep up again. Good. Nice deep breath. Back into warrior two. Good. Reverse your warrior. Drop that back hand and sweep that other hand up. Like I said, that arm can be behind the body if you want to drop that shoulder a little bit more. Whatever is comfortable for you. Good. Back into warrior two. Now we're going to straighten both legs, hinging forward like someone's reaching for you. Good. And then we just take both arms and we kind of just straightly place them down. Good. Perfect. Shoulders are open, heart's open. Try to gaze up towards those fingertips. Good. Now bend that front knee. Back up into warrior two. Good. Hands come down. Square them. Left foot back to meet the right. Downward facing dog. Nice deep breath. Take some movement in those hips. Maybe take the left leg behind the right and press that heel down. Good. We're going to go through our flow again. We're going to end in Balasana, child's pose. Roll the body forward into plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. And a nice deep exhale into Balasana. Good. I guess I could have gotten them on their back, sorry about it. Okay. Just relaxing here for a moment.
Take one more nice deep inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, slowly roll yourself all the way up. Gently come to either hip so that you can swing those legs around to the top of the mat.
And then slowly work your way flat on your back. Coming into Shavasana. Regular Shavasana, which is also corpse pose. You just lay flat. Allow the arms to fall to the sides, the palms facing up, and allow all the body to relax. Take a nice, long, deep inhale in through the nose. Hold. Slowly exhale out through the mouth. And then allow your breath to return back to its natural state. Allow the face to start to relax. Release the forehead. Soften around the eyes. Allow the bottom jaw to gently drop open. And remove the tongue from the roof of its mouth. Know that the floor has you fully supported, and you can allow those shoulders to sink just a little bit deeper down. Release the tension in the arms and the fingers. Allow the chest to soften, the abs. Allow the hips to sink a little further down onto the mat. Release the tension in the tops and the backs of your thighs and your knees, shins, calves, ankles. Any thoughts that are trying to creep in, just allow them to gently dump out of the back of your head. Take one more nice, long, deep inhale in. And on your exhale, identify anywhere that's still trying to hold on to tension. And exhale it all out through the tips of your toes as you gently fall into Shavasana. position. And just allow the practice to settle. Two more nice, long, deep inhales and exhales. Using that top hand, gently place it on the mat and guide yourself back into a seated position, ending the practice in the same asana that we started. Trying to keep those eyes gently closed. Move slowly, take your time, there's no rush. Inhale the arms up, palms together. Exhale to heart center. Thank you for coming to your mat this afternoon and sharing your practice with Kat and I. I hope however you're feeling stays with you throughout the rest of your day, maybe the rest of your week and weekend. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Hope you enjoyed it. It didn't hurt you too bad. You all right there,
No.
Ryan?
It was good.
Okay, good.
That was good.
Amazing.
That's my favorite, is seeing everyone on their